So today I'm going to show you how to make a liquid feed out of chicken manure pellets. So we're going to need a few bits to get going. So we're going to need the pellets, which you can buy at any garden centre. They're cheap enough. I think I bought these for about £6. We're going to need some sort of container to keep it in, so I've just got a glass jar here. You're going to need a little tub and something to stir it with, so I've just got this old trowel. Some sort of funnel to put it in the jar, and just out of shot, you're going to need some hot water, so I've got some hot water in a flask here. So why go to the bother of creating a liquid feed from these pellets when you can just sprinkle them on, and that's what a lot of people do. Well, this came from my granddad. He grew the biggest onions every year, and he used to do this specifically on his onions. Chicken manure, specifically the pellets, is full of nitrogen. It's one of the most nitrogen rich fertilisers you can put on your garden. So that's things like your cabbages, your cauliflower, your leafy growth, leeks. They love nitrogen, and this is packed full of it. So if you're sprinkling it on the ground, it gets released into your bed, but it's a slow release fertiliser. What I'm doing here is creating a liquid feed so that it's almost instant. You pour it on the affected area, on your vegetable, and as I say, it gets that boost straight away. So you can combine the two. So you can sprinkle this on the bed in spring, and it's worth noting as well that it only starts to really take effect when the soil warms up, so that's around springtime. That's for the liquid feed and the pellet form. So if you're putting it on over the winter, it's not really going to have the same effect until the soil warms up. And it's worth noting as well that you shouldn't put fresh manure on your beds, because that's going to be full of unwanted substances like urine, and it'll probably end up scorching your plants and killing them. So that's all the waffle over with. So how we're going to do it: so you get your tub, and I'd like to put just a couple of handfuls in, and at the end of it, when we're putting it in the watering can with the water, again, like most of these things, it's going to be you're looking for a kind of a weak tea or thereabouts, so you don't need much. So this is jam packed. This is a highly concentrated mix, and I'll warn you now, it stinks at the end. It's alright now, but when you put the water and mix it, it stinks. So a couple of handfuls in here. Get rid of this, and you're going to want to put a little bit of hot water. So I've got probably half an inch in here, something like that. And you're going to want to leave this for about 10 or 15 minutes just so it soaks up and mushes up a little bit, because these pellets are really hard at the moment. So we'll come back in 15 minutes and I'll show you the next step. So it's been about 10 minutes, and you can see that it's all soaked in, and it's a bit more of a mush, but it's still a little bit hard. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more hot water in. So now you should have something that looks like that, and that it's all mushed up and it's like a paste basically. So I just like to mix it up and squash it down, just so all the pellets are nice and squashed, and it doesn't look particularly nice. And quite often in the garden, when things aren't particularly nice and don't smell nice, like your nettle fertilisers and your liquid feeds and stuff, the worse the smell, the better they are for the garden. So now for the next step, and what you might want to do is get another container, just to basically, you pop these in here. It's just going to make it a bit easier when pouring. So that's in there, and so I've got as I say, a flask of hot water here. It's not quite a litre, it's probably about 3/4, and you just want to pour the rest in there. and give it a good stir. And hopefully you can see it's like liquid now, a thick liquid. It's got a bit of a smell, but as it goes on, as it festers in the bottle, it'll just get smellier and smellier. But this is what we want at the moment. So now what you want to do is get the jar that you're going to leave it in, and you want to get your funnel. Now this has got a little mesh plate inside, which I'm going to take out because you don't want to lose any of the sediment. You want everything in there, and the idea is when you go to use it, you shake it all up, and that because the sediment will drop to the bottom, and you shake it all up and get it mixed in, and that's what you want. So if I can, just going to take that out and be very careful that you don't spill it. I once got it on my shoes. It was when I was using it and I shook the bottle, took the top off straight away, it all blasted out, got all over us, and I had to throw me trainers out because they were absolutely stinking. They were horrible. So be careful when you're handling it. Probably should wear gloves as well, but you can wash your hands after. So you're just literally pouring it in here. And at the bottom it's quite a thick paste again. So I'm just going to get that out and put it in here. And what I'm going to do now, just to help this along a bit, is fill this up with rainwater from the water butt, and that way it becomes more loose again. And depending on how wide your hole is at the bottom there, you might just want to get a bit of bamboo and just pop it in there like that. So I've got a cauliflower here, which I want to give it a bit of a boost. So I've got a watering can, 5 litre watering can, and to use it, give it a shake. And very carefully and slowly open the top. And you're looking for the consistency of weak tea. So we're probably going to go about an inch from this particular container here. But you've just got to judge really yourself. And once it's in there, give it a stir. Hard to really see the colour here because of the lighting and stuff, but it's like a light brown, very light brown, and that's what you're looking for. And then it's just a case of feeding it, and you want to do this every couple of weeks, and that should be enough throughout the growing season, through the spring and summer. As I say, to your leafy vegetables, the ones with lots of green on them. So yeah, that's come to the end of the video there. I'll give this a feed now. If you've liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and chat out the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers, bye.